Hello, everyone, and welcome to our lesson. Today we're going to talk about, today's topic is the Great Escape. So we're going to talk about words related to escape and escaping, and we're also going to talk about different ways to escape from some situations. All right, so if you're ready to join me here in the Hangout, it's time for us to begin our lesson. Hello, Alessia. Welcome to class. How are you today?
Fine. Hello, Carissa. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you. I had a little problem with my laptop because
Oh,
my fiancé during evening poured some wine on the MacBook, and so it
oh.
broke. It broke. And but I have done like a art operation. I changed the. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I have a
That's
Skype
okay.
open. I
Oh, it's
close.
okay.
I close. My friends from Italy call me.
Oh, okay. Oh no. So I'm sorry. Who did you say poured wine on your or spilled wine on your computer?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. A big problem. But with my fiancé, it's engineering, software engineering. Last evening, we had came back to Dublin. So here I
Hmm.
have another MacBook, and I take the art of my old laptop and I put inside, and I made like a art operation,
Oh,
open art
wow.
operation, and
Wow, that's
now
amazing.
it's run. I'm very happy.
Yes, I'm sure you are. Oh,
Yeah, because
that's
in the last time I
mhm,
didn't do a backup of
mhm.
my data
Right.
because I every day I said and then I do it, but I never done.
Mm-hmm.
So but okay, now it's always it's right.
Oh,
Always
it's
right.
yes, it's all better now. Oh, so for how long were you without your computer?
Oh, sorry. Say it again.
How long were you without your computer?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Mm.
Yeah, because I went to the Genius Bar to from Apple, and they take it,
Mm-hmm.
and so I spent so many time to think about what kind of solution I could use to
Mm-hmm.
solve the problem.
Yes, yes. It's such an expensive
Yeah.
necessity sometimes to have a good laptop, and when things like that happen, oh.
Yes. And my old MacBook have only 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So when it crash, I cry. Okay.
Yes, I understand how you feel. Um, Something similar happened to me. It wasn't wine though. I was walking through my house with my iPad mini,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, this big bug flew
Yeah.
right at me, and my first reaction was to swat at it. Well,
No.
I didn't realize at the time that I had my tablet in my hand. Well, I knew I had the tablet in my hand, but I didn't realize that I swatted with that hand. And all of a sudden, my tablet went sailing through the air
Yeah.
and hit the ground.
One
And
second that you do, you think about what are they doing?
yes, yes, exactly. I just stood there in disbelief when I opened my tablet and there's a
It was
nice,
crushed, the display.
yeah, it was a nice crack down the side, the front,
No.
and then there was like a mosaic, you know, just little cracks along the side. So I kept using it for a while because where I live there's no Apple store.
Ah, okay. That is a big
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
So I waited for about 2 weeks. I was still using it, trying hard not to cut my finger, and I ended up sending it to the Capitol, which is ways away
Okay.
from where I live, and none of the Apple stores could fix it.
No.
They
And you can't deliver the iPad to the customer service.
well, it was out. It was the warranty was it had expired on it. I had a 1 year warranty, and this happened like 2 months after the warranty expired. So,
Ah,
so
okay.
long story short, I ended up buying another tablet. It's not an iPad, but it's a tablet.
Okay. I can
Okay.
understand you. You're
Yes.
disappointed with yourself.
Oh, it
For me, it's
just.
the second time that it happened because 2 years ago
Mhm.
I poured the wine because in Italy, you in the evening usually I work with close a little glass of wine and some olivas, and
Mhm.
I work and I drink and I eat something, but now I'm sure that it's a wrong attitude. This.
Yeah, see, I think you have to avoid doing
And
that.
when I speak with a person in a Genius Bar,
Mhm.
he said me that this kind of problem is very usually, and
Mhm.
they have many people that pour something like coffee and milk, and I guess.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely a common problem.
Yeah.
Well, we learn our lessons, hopefully. Okay, very good. Well, let's also welcome Alejandro to class. Hello, Alejandro. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine.
Good, good. Great to have you back again today, Alejandro.
Thank
So,
you.
good, good. All right, and let's welcome Heide. Heide, how are you today?
Hello, nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you again as well, Heidi. Okay, well, today, well, first of all, I just want to welcome everyone to class. And for those of you who are viewing, if you have a Verbaling ticket, please come on into the Hangout, join us, and take part in our discussion. The more the merrier. Okay, so today, as you would have read in the class description, the class top title is The Great Escape. And so in the description, it says, are you creative? Could you escape from confinement or from other scary situations? So come to class and tell us how you would escape, and also think of a few situations for your classmates to escape from. So this class is all about creativity and imagination. Okay, so sometimes we do find ourselves in what we would say sticky situations, and we need to get out of them or to escape. Okay, so basically that's what that word means, escape. It means to get out of a situation. Okay, so let me just start by asking you all this question. Okay, do you know someone who escaped from a situation? Maybe a bad situation, a dangerous situation. let's see what you can come up with. Okay, so Heide, do you know anyone who has escaped from a dangerous or sticky situation?
Yeah, maybe me.
Okay, tell us about that.
Once I had a stalker.
Oh,
Female. She followed me 3 years. He checked in my Facebook and she sent message to my old friend.
mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything. I've never talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why.
Wow, and you know who she is?
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Then I didn't give her any information because I've never talked to her. But she gathered information from my Twitter or Facebook. So I blocked her, but she was still stalking around me and a friend. Then she became a friend with my friend. Then she get information. But finally, at first my friend believed her because she cried in front of the others. I've never talked about her to any of my friends. I thought maybe time will solve this problem. I thought so. So I didn't say anything. No touch. Finally, a friend returned to me because she sent too many letters, emails.
Wow. So was she threatening you, or she just kept sending you emails?
Yeah, the other friend said she's kind of sick.
Yes, definitely. She definitely sounds very sick. So did you call the police, or did you get some help?
Yeah, she opened her blog, and on the blog she wrote down a lot of things about me. I didn't do anything, but she created a lot of things about me. So I tried to go to the attorney. Then I wanted to withdraw her blog, but maybe she had some intuition. She closed the blog, so I lost evidence.
Oh.
But instead, she withdrew her blog, and she never appeared in front of me and even other friend.
Oh, so she disappeared.
Finally, I successfully escaped.
Wow. Now that sounds very scary.
Yeah, my weapon is only patient. Be patient and quiet.
Be patient and quiet. Okay, so yeah, so being patient and quiet sometimes can help you to escape from a scary or dangerous situation. Wow.
Yeah.
So was she a fan of yours? Is she a coworker? Who is she?
My friend said maybe she wanted to be friends with me, but I ignored at the first. I didn't talk to her.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, some people do have issues, and so they're not. Yeah.
So she should have sent a message to me, but she never sent a message just to me, only our surroundings.
Okay. Wow. Thanks for sharing your experience with us, and I'm happy that you no longer have a stalker. But that's wow. Well, good. So at least you have some peace of mind now. Good. Okay. Has anyone else escaped from a sticky situation or a dangerous situation?
Me.
Okay. So tell us what happened, Alessia.
Because many years ago, I think 5 years ago, or 5 maybe, I was walking on the street in my city. My little city is close Milano in Italy, and it's so quiet. It's an old university city, but it's not big. It's not a big city. And so you walk on the street and you are usually very relaxed. I was in the downtown, and in one moment, a guy's with a bike. He ride a bike. He arrived very fast, and he tried to stolen my bags. And but I have immediately a reaction. I take I don't know what is the name of the part that you have on the back.
The part that you have on
Shoulder belt could be.
your belt? Okay.
Yeah. And I take it and I bring, and he tried to run away with the bike, but I pull it. I pull it very strong, and he falls by the bike, and maybe he didn't expect this kind of reactivity by me, and but when I have this kind of fight, I fallen back, and I push my my head on the street, and so I see my bag. It's open on the air, and my case, my phone, everything I have inside fly away.
Oh no!
And in this moment, I think about, oh, now that guys try to take it, and so I in that moment, I stand back, and I take everything around, and I put inside, and I run, and in the same moment, these guys try to run away by foot, and so I remember I saw, and I shoot it dirty words. And that's all. And it seems that he was very scared by me, and then I called the police. And I told him this kind of story, but these guys they didn't find anywhere.
Wow! Oh, so they just got away.
Yeah.
Wow! That sounds like something out of an action movie.
Yes.
Wow, that sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
wow.
then this kind of reaction that I have, maybe my adrenaline could be.
Yes.
Adrenaline.
Yes, your adrenaline.
Was splash very high. Then I have the opposite reaction, and how do you say? Wait a moment, sorry. I don't remember the verb because I don't speak English. I didn't speak 2 weeks for 2 weeks. So, I was shaking. Could be. I was shaking. And I'm not very good. I don't feel very well.
Yeah, you do feel very scared. You're in shock.
Yeah, could be. I remember for 20 minutes. I felt very very bad. But nothing. Nothing about nothing else could be. How do you say when I want to say like a comparison with the story of Heidi?
Oh, nothing in comparison. Okay, so
Nothing in comparison of story of Heidi.
yeah, it was nothing in comparison. I'm just gonna type that here. Comparison
Okay,
to
thank you.
experience. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, but everyone's situation is different. And the point is that you want to if you're going to relate your experiences in English, then it's good to get some additional vocabulary when you're talking
Yeah.
about escaping or getting away from a dangerous situation. All right, now I want to check with our guys. Okay, let's see. Alejandro, have you ever escaped from any dangerous situation?
Uh, no, but I was thinking in my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend who he had a lot of problems. He drank a lot alcohol, and later he overcame his obsession to drink.
Good.
He was very brave. He escaped to death.
Yeah. So you could say that he escaped from death. That's true. Wow, that takes a lot of courage and a lot of self-discipline to overcome a bad habit like that. An addictive habit.
Yes.
Good. Alejandro, that was excellent. You explained that very well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's hear from Shafar. Shafar, have you ever escaped from a dangerous situation?
Yes, of course. And people has their own experience. And I couldn't tell you that maybe last year I've just thinking to search or finding a new not new office. Uh, I'm in other island from my country and my home from um, I get plane to that island, and then to what I'm doing in that island is study English. We have a lot of people to come to this city, to this island for checking their best for English. And once upon a time, I'm decided to try find a new place to study English. It's in other city, but in the same island. So this is new for me. This is island is new for me. I don't even I've never tried to uh, explore this island to get trip this island, and the last thing I'm decided, and I don't even know how to how what's why I don't know the way to get there, but just ask the question for to native people in there, and then I'm going to after that in the among the trip I was get lost, and I don't know where I'm going because the route the bus is different from what I am expected. So I think after that, in the bus, I asked the new people. I'm trying to show him the maps from my gadget, my handphone, my
Mm-hmm.
smartphone. I mean, and then
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's some people knowing my destination, and they told he told me I remember he is a man. He told me that you have to stop right here, and then I'll find a new bus. And after that, I find a new bus, and I just believe in it. I don't know if it's right or no, but I just believe in it because if I still in the bus, maybe he will keep me until the bus stop, and then I don't know where bus is stop. So I think
Mm-hmm.
I have to stop where he asked me to stop, and then I find the bus, and then I get the office where I want to uh, learning English more and more. And then after that, after I registered, and then I know the right now I know the maps or the route to come back to my camp from. Yeah, I think it's a very outraging. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It's very it's scary to be in a new place and to be lost in a new place when you don't
Yeah.
know anyone. Yeah, I mean, and it could turn into a very dangerous situation depending upon where you are. Well, I'm glad that you found your way to your destination and you made it back to where you were staying. All right. Well, good. Thank you for sharing. All right. Well, I want to just share a brief experience with you. Actually, I have a couple, but I'll just share one, and then we'll talk about some other situations. And I want you to tell me what you think would be a good idea to escape from these situations. All right. I remember once I lived in a building with 9 floors, and I lived on the ninth floor. And one day I was taking my television. It was on a stand that rolled. So I was taking my television downstairs to the recreation room because some friends were meeting me in that recreation room for a meeting. And so, just as usual, I got on the elevator and I pushed the button to go downstairs. So the elevator moved and it went down, 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 and then all of a sudden it stopped. It came to a sudden stop and it didn't move anymore. And the doors wouldn't open. So I was stuck in this elevator. I was trapped in the elevator. And I was the only one. No one else was in the elevator with me. And I was very nervous. At first, my first thought was, okay, you need to call for help. But I didn't have a cell phone. So I thought, now what? And I looked down, and there was, on the elevator, there was an emergency help phone that connects you right to 911. So I picked up the phone, and I thought to myself, please work. Please work. So I picked it up, and it worked. So I got someone on the other end. And I told them my location and that I was trapped in the elevator. And so they said, ma'am, stay calm. You know, we're going to send help. We're going to get you out of that elevator. So I took a deep breath. But by now, I really, my mind was, maybe I've seen too many movies where the elevator cables just snap and the elevator crashes down on the floor. I thought, on the ground, and I thought, oh no, this is it. So then finally, I heard some men on the other side of the elevator, and they yelled in, ma'am, are you okay? And I answered back, yes, I'm fine. They said, just be calm. We're going to get you out of there. And so the next thing I know, I see a crowbar, this metal bar with a hook on it. I see this metal crowbar prying its way into the door, and they pulled it. And then I see hands come in, and they get the door open. And I really, the elevator just got stuck between the floors. So I just had to jump down a little bit to get out of the elevator. So as soon as I got out of that elevator, I ran outside and I burst out in tears. All of that fear that was pent up inside just came out, and I just wept like a baby. And so the fireman came over and he tried to comfort me, but it was pretty scary. It was one of those experiences that I really couldn't escape from myself. So, okay, well, that's my great escape. I had to be rescued because I couldn't escape on my own. All right.
You're like Bruce Willis.
I wish that I could have been like that, and I could have been really creative and taken the ceiling off and, climbed out. But I think I was too scared to do that, so, I had to wait for help to come. But yeah, I was able I was rescued from the elevator. All right, so you can see so far we've used some words in our story. So we talked about escape. We've talked about being rescued. I'm going to type that here in the chat box. Okay, so being rescued. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a screen share. I have some vocabulary words here that I want to share with you. And I'm sure that you are familiar with a lot of these words. But if you're not, maybe we can talk about some of the ones you're not familiar with. Okay, so here are some vocabulary words that I can think of today that are related to the word escape. Now, I want you to look at the list. I'm sure that you know some of these words, but if there are any words that you don't know, that you're not familiar with, tell me, and then we'll talk about those words.
Dodge and duck.
Okay, so dodge and duck. Okay, dodge is used for if something is coming at you. Okay, so let's say that you are at your office or in your office, and anymore people are doing very strange things. So say someone comes in with a gun and they start to shoot. Okay, if you move out of the way and a bullet misses you, we say dodge. Okay, so if something is coming at you and you move out of the way, you can say I dodged a bullet, or I dodged whatever was coming at you. Okay, so dodge is the action of getting out of the way of something coming at you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. When we were in school, we played a game called dodgeball.
Yeah,
Maybe,
me too.
You too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the object of that game, Heidi? What did you have to do?
Two and the quarter is separated in two, and if you were hit by ball, you need to go out. Then outside and the court, or the both team threw the ball. Then the inside of the court, they need to run away from the ball always.
Yeah, that's it. So you have to dodge the ball or get out of the way of the ball. Don't let the ball hit you. Okay, so that's where we use dodge. So that's why it's called dodgeball. Okay, so duck. Okay, so dodge, you can move to the left or to the right. You can jump, whatever you need to do to move out of the way. Okay, good. So Alejandro had to leave. Okay. Okay, all right. Now with duck, it's a little bit different. Duck also means if something is coming at you, then that means you you move down. Okay, so you bend your knees, your whole body goes from a standing position to almost a seated position or a kneeling position. Okay, so it means that you move out of the way, but you move down. And sometimes it can mean that you go from a standing position and then you're on the floor. So that's what it means to duck. Okay, so say if you are walking down the street and where they're doing construction, and a piece of material comes at you. It just maybe falls from above you, the building above you. You just get down or duck, and it may go over you. Yeah, so that's what that means, duck and dodge. Yeah, are there any other words that anyone wants to ask about, or are you familiar with the words that are here?
And break away from. I know the single words, but it's phrasal verbs. What they mean?
Okay, good. So break away from. Okay, so if someone has you confined, maybe they're holding you. Okay. In some situations, maybe you're in a parking lot and someone comes behind you and they grab you.
Okay.
If you struggle, you fight them, try to fight them off, and you finally you get to a position where they let go. They call that's when you break away from something. It's when you struggle to get away from something.
Okay.
So I broke away from him and I ran.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good because you've probably seen these words before or heard them, but it's good to be able to see them and to be able to try to use them yourself. Okay. Okay, any other words? Any other words you want to ask about?
No.
Okay. All right. So let's try to use some of these words in our situations now. Okay, I thought of a few situations where you need to escape from. Okay, and maybe we can try to use as many of these vocabulary words as we can to get some ideas of how you can break away or to escape. Okay, so in the first situation, you want to get some exercise. So you decide when you get home from work that you're going to go for a walk. So let's say that your neighbor's dog, a big dog, and who is not friendly, he's a mean dog. The dog starts chasing you. Okay, so you are walking calmly down the street and you see this big dog coming after you. What do you do? What ideas do you have? Okay.
First one, you have to stay calm, sure, and you never have to run away because the first reaction of the dog is to run too. And you became and you show your the security could be
or your fear.
Your fear. And I don't think to scream it's a good idea because the sound could be noise to the dog and but call the owners is a good idea. A good idea.
Yes.
Yeah. And so no panic.
Okay, so don't panic.
Don't panic. Don't have a panic. And I don't know.
Okay, good. So that's one idea. Okay, Shafar, do you have another idea? What would you do if a dog came running after you? What would you do, Shafar?
Yeah, if the dog had towards coming towards me, I would call for help maybe.
Okay.
I would call 911. 911, I have a dog towards my pet. Yeah, that's but I have to because yeah, and then I have experienced the dog towards me, and then I'm not the dog person, and then some people in my family don't take care of the dog, so it was unfamiliar for me if near to me. Yes.
Okay, all right. So we've got some interesting ways to get away from the dog that's coming at you. Okay. Okay, Heidi, do you want to say something else?
Don't run, and I should confront of the dog. Stay calm and look at its eyes. Don't diverge my eyes from its eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Then, if I have hand back, I should hold my hand back in front of me. If I have parasol or umbrella, I'll prepare to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Then, if a dog try to bite me, I'll kick or hit with my handbag or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you fight the dog. Yeah, I try to have my umbrella with me. I walk a lot in the volunteer work that I do, and I usually have an umbrella. My umbrella is automatic, so just the sound and the motion of the umbrella opening sometimes scares dogs. So I try to back away slowly and if I have a bag with me, I guess if I was walking for recreation, I may not have a bag with me, but if I have a bag with me or a purse, then I try to put it down where the dog is trying to bite me or is going to bite me. Then that way he'll bite the bag and not me. All right, okay, good. So we got some really good ideas there. All right, let's talk about another situation. Okay, let's say that you are in a house and a fire breaks out. Okay, so you're in a house and there is a fire. Okay, maybe you're in the kitchen cooking. That actually happened to me once. So let's say that you are in the kitchen cooking and maybe you went to answer the phone and the fire got too hot and then all of a sudden your kitchen is on fire. Okay, what do you do to escape if your kitchen is on fire? What ideas do you have?
Oh, the first one, you have to stay calm.
Okay.
Sure. And maybe I open the tub of the water tub, and I run away, and then or you close the tub of the gas or electric cab, and you run away, and then you call for help, I think.
Okay, good. So you want to stay calm, and then you said to maybe we can use this expression, get out of the house.
Get out, yeah.
Oh, oops, excuse me. That should be get out of the house. That's right. So you want to get out of the house. Good. All right. Heidi, what do you think you would do? Anything?
I'm living in a condo.
Mm-hmm.
And on the corridor, just close to my house, there's the extinguisher.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take that extinguisher, then I extend the fire to try use it.
Mm-hmm. Good. So let's say it this way. I would try to put out the fire using an extinguisher.
Yeah, I had it to keep at least 1 minute, so it's enough to calm down the fire.
Okay, good. Okay, so you would actually try to fight the fire or to put out the fire.
Already fight.
Yeah, she said, I'm always fighting. Well, that could come in handy someday, Heidi. You never know. All right. And what about you, Shafar? What would you do?
Oh, I'm not a kitchen person again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe, but it's like men who, if they face of fire, maybe I would using blanket or fire extinguisher, and then I won't call 911 because maybe it's not too hard for me to escape from this situation. But if this this fire exists, maybe the first thing to do is I will duck. I will duck and then trying to find a fire extinguisher or water or blanket, something like that.
Okay, okay, good. So you would also try to put out the fire yourself, or else plan B would be to call for help. Okay, good. Now I want to mention something to you. When you guys talked about putting a blanket over the fire, okay, here's a vocabulary word that you could use. This is the word smother. Okay, so when you put a blanket over something to put it out, you could call that smother. Okay, so you would try to smother the fire. Try to smother it. Okay, very good. Good, guys, you're coming up with some really, really good ways to escape. All right, let's try just one more, and then I want to mention to you a couple of idioms that are related to escape. Okay, so let's say your car, you are on a hill, and you get out of your car, and maybe you see something beautiful. You get out of your car to take a look at it, and your car starts rolling down the hill. What do you do? Now, if you don't do something, your car is going to hit a pole. So what do? You're on top of a hill, your car starts rolling back down the hill, and it's going to smash into a pole. What do you think you could do?
If it's stopped by the pole, it's lucky. But if someone is climbing up just behind the car, in front of the car, I need to cry out, "Be careful! Be careful!"
So you could say there, "Get out of the way!" Get out of the way. Yep, that's true. So good, Heidi. So you're thinking about maybe some other people who might be on that same road, on the hill. Okay, yep. There's an option. Does anyone else have any other ideas on what you could do?
It's crazy. We don't have an option.
He said there's no option. Okay. Alessia, what do you think? What would you do?
I'm thinking about the probability that what is the best action, but I don't know.
Well,
Okay. If maybe I wouldn't try to escape from dangerous, but I would try to escape from being suspected or being criminals because I left my car. Maybe I would run away from that place, so I don't have something to blame myself.
so you would run away from the city. Well, that's one thing. I guess you could do that. Yeah, I guess it's an option. Well, let me tell you, this situation really happened to me once. Um, and I did
What?
something. I did something that I don't know. I think it was my adrenaline just my adrenaline kicked in, and when I realized that my car was rolling down this hill, I started running after it, and I ran after the car, and I leaped into the car. I jumped into the driver's seat. I don't know how I did that, but I ran after the car. I jumped in the driver's seat and I slammed on the brakes right before the car hit the pole. Afterwards, everyone told me how stupid that was. They're like, "Well, you could have gotten trapped underneath the car. What were you thinking?" But I don't know. That was my first reaction, and that's what happened. So the car.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, I had just come from a meeting, and I was dressed up, so I had on heels and a skirt,
Wow.
and I ran after the car. I probably won't ever do that again, but that was my first reaction. I don't.
Unbelievable.
I know it really. I wish somebody would have. Well, I don't wish, but somebody should have been taping that. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Then my friend said, only you would do that. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know what happened there. All right. Well, let's. I want to move to a couple of idioms that are related to escaping. Okay, and the first one is here on the board. And Heide, I'm going to ask you to read that first example for me.
Thick,
Mm-hmm.
just vary by an amount equal to the thickness of the imaginary skin on one's teeth.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So the idiom. Uh-huh. So the
Okay, by the skin of one's teeth. Okay.
Uh-huh. By the skin on one's teeth, right? So the idiom is by the skin of one's teeth. Okay, so some people would say he escaped by the skin of his teeth. Okay, so that means that he barely escaped, just barely. So you could say that someone just barely escaped, or they almost didn't make it. Okay, you could say that, or you could use the idiom by the skin of your teeth, his teeth, my teeth. That's how you would use that. Okay, so all right, so good. So by the skin of one's teeth. Okay, and then let's take the other one. Okay, and let's see. Let me have Alessia, can you tell us about the next idiom?
A narrow escape, a situation in which you were lucky because you just managed to avoid the danger or trouble.
Yeah. So these are very closely related, right? So it's just you could use either or in the same context.
Exactly.
So just if you just barely escape and you say, wow, I don't understand how I managed to avoid that danger, or that was a narrow escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last night on the news, they reported on two women who were walking on railroad tracks, and the railroad tracks were not on the ground; they were raised. So they couldn't jump off the tracks or anything. So then here comes a train of course, at high speed, and although the train conductor saw the two women, he really couldn't stop. So he called into the dispatch to say that he had just run over two women on the tracks. And lo and behold, when he stopped the train, he was able to stop the train eventually. The women it climbed out from under the train. So what they did at some point, they were running. You could see them on the news, on the tape. They were running in front of the train, and at some point, it occurred to them to lay down in between the tracks. There's a space between where the train passes over the tracks and the tracks. There's actually a space. So they lay down in that space, and the train went over them. It didn't kill them. It just went above them. So we could say that they escaped by the skin of their teeth, or that they narrowly escaped. So they escaped death, yes, but they're in jail because they were trespassing. You can't walk on railroad tracks. Here they call that trespassing. So they're going to be facing some charges for doing that. But that was definitely an example of two people escaping by the skin of their teeth. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Okay, well, that's going to do it for our lesson today. Thank you so much for coming into class and talking about the Great Escape. So if you're ever talking about escaping or getting out of a situation with someone who speaks English, now you have some additional vocabulary, and you have a couple of idioms that you can use to do that, to make your story really live. All right, everybody, please look out for my future lessons. And again, if you ever want to do a one-on-one session with me, please sign up for that on the Verbaling website. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.